So on my way home from downtown Boston today and work, I got a tweet, not a tweet, I got a notification stating that Iran was holding two U.S. Navy boats along with their sailors. Um, so your first gut reaction is probably like most people, what in the hell is going on? Why would they do this? And why would they do this? um, And so, of course, the normal fear mongers, the likes of Joe Scarborough, immediately started tweeting out about the weakness of President Obama. When you read the story released by the Associated Press, that it appears as though the ships had mechanical failures, right? And all we could do is report what is reported to us, right? The boats were moving between Kuwait and Bahrain when they lost contact with their command late in this afternoon. So Defense Department officials have confirmed that they have been in touch with the Iranian officials. The boats, as well as the sailors, were taken into custody, and Iran quickly and very promptly released a statement saying that the soldiers, along with the ships, will be released promptly. As I tell my kids that they need to be quiet. All right. And so the malfunction has not been disclosed. Matter of fact, there's really very little information in terms of actually what happened, why it happened. I'm sure we would get a full accounting, but everything we know right now, Iran has made it crystal clear. I think they've made it clear because starting, I believe it's either next week or next month, they are scheduled to receive almost $100 billion in frozen Iranian assets. So I don't think that they really want to. I think that they want to keep going down the road of good behavior and being welcomed back slowly but surely into Western civilization. So, this probably was, as it's being reported, that it was a mechanical failure or some type of failure on the ships where communication was lost. And Iran picked up the ships as well as the sailors, and they're all being held in custody right now until they can be released. So we will keep an eye on this story as it develops. Just reading here. Actually, not even a week. It's just a few days before this happens, before the $100 billion in Iranian assets are returned. This was in exchange for their cooperation on the nuclear agreement. So I think that's very interesting to keep an eye on. We'll keep an eye on it. I wonder, I doubt President Obama says anything about it tonight. His speech has already been finished and printed. And this seems like it's a case of our ships cross into their waters because of mechanical failure, and they are going to return our ships. But of course, America will keep an eye. That doesn't stop Joe Scarborough, this the host on the liberal leaning, right, MSNBC. Joe Scarborough decides to tweet out, Iran, 300 days. Hang on, I want to read it verbatim. I don't want to lie on Joe Scarborough. It's in here somewhere. I had it handy. Oh, boy. Anyway, when I find it, I'll read it out. But essentially, he says that you only have 300 days of dealing with a weak America. Oh, here it is. Hey, Iran, you have exactly 300 days left to push a U.S. president around. Enjoy it while you can. After that, there would be hell to pay. So without knowing anything about it, without finding any information, he decides to make this bombastic reply. The standard Republican hubris and positioning. This is what they do. This is all they know how to do. So please tell me, what would a President Trump do differently that is in line with best procedures, best policies for the United States? Granted, Donald Trump would absolutely drop a bomb on somebody over something like this. Even if it was a mechanical failure, Donald Trump wouldn't care. Donald Trump, I saw somebody tweet this morning. It was brilliant, and I can't take credit for it. But they said Donald Trump would allow an 11-year-old to troll him into a nuclear war. Is that the type of bombosity that you want, Joe Scarborough? What about Ted Cruz? Ted Cruz, who wants to make the sand glow, right? Is it action or is it words? It's nothing. There's no reason to even analyze it at this point. Republicans are all talk. They are absolutely all talk, which really is going to take me on a segue that I didn't want to go on, but it just reminds me of two conservatives online right now who are completely all talk with me, right? I had conservatives challenge me to a debate and then turn around and back down. And now they're just all over the internet, all over Twitter, you know, talking as though they are these bold conservatives. But conservatism falls apart as soon as it is confronted. So if anyone would ever confront Joe Scarborough, which they won't because he lives in his hermetically sealed bubble where no one is going to get it, Mika can't even get anything reasonable to him. If anyone like Joe Scarborough, Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, and the like are ever confronted on real issues with real information, they cannot back up their hubris. And they definitely can't offer any recommendation, anything that they would do substantively different than President Obama is currently doing in the region. But they want to talk as though they are bold. All that from Iran. Now, granted, this could be a very serious issue if Iran did not promptly make it known that these soldiers and these sailors, rather, and their ships would be returned as quickly as possible. So as quickly as possible should be they're doing that now. So let's keep an eye on it and see how quickly that happens. And it's in the best interest. It is in the best interest of Iran. All right.